BBN Jackfruits. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? Let me fix this camera or something. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. I want to just say this. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. Now, I want to be clear about something. We have just passed the 100K threshold, just so we can be clear. I haven't even been making videos, fam. As y'all know, for the last year, maybe year and a half, I have been intermittently even doing lives. Like, I have not even been making content. I've been doing other things just in general because that's what we've been up to. Just to fill y'all in on a couple of things that's going on. Shout out to Coach Knight, Miss Priscilla, everybody that over there at the center that I volunteer at, or whatever you want to call it. Because now we have a basketball tournament going on, and we plan on doing other things also. So we're finally getting around to basketball. These are all football guys. So the fact that they're doing basketball has a lot to do with, in my opinion, their appreciation of probably a couple of things that I bring to the table also, because these are football guys. Not that they don't know basketball. We black, we know basketball, but these are football guys. So I don't know if they had, from conversations I had with them, they already were planning on doing this, and we're not gonna act like they would have never did it if it wasn't for Jax's. We're not gonna do that. We're not doing that at all. But it probably would have happened at a different period of time, probably a little bit further down. I don't have the slightest idea. In any regard, we're doing that now. There's a couple of other things that we're doing also over there, and it's becoming the summer, so there's a lot of things that we're doing. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. And I just want to say that I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, because I haven't really been doing as much as I could or should have been doing on this particular page. But yet, as you see, we've just reached the 100K threshold, and there's a couple of things that I want to pull down real quick, and then we're going to talk about some of the stuff that's in current news. Remember those people that said that they made me? So for everybody that don't know, there's some weirdos out there that try to tell everybody that they made my platform. So I met you guys when I had about 40,000 subs. I stopped dealing with you guys before I hit 60,000 subs. So you were only even around me for, if we want to be generous, about 15,000 subs. If we want to be generous, to be honest with you. And so I've passed 100K now. You had nothing to do with it. And might I also add, these same people can't even get 10,000 subs on their page over the 8-9 years. They can't even get 10,000 over 8-9 years. But they made this platform. So I just want to point that out, how some people, there's something wrong with them. There's just something wrong with them. You understand what I'm saying? So we might start posting on this page again, just so we can be clear. I've just been doing other things, and I've been busy. I've been working for God. So I spend most of my day working for God, just finding different things that allows for me to be able to be places where I can magnify God's name. Whenever I do it on this platform, I get so much hate. Whenever I try to magnify God's name over here, it seems like I don't have anyone pulling for me, but I got a ton of people working against me. That's just the way that it feel. I'm not saying that's the way it is. I do know a couple of people that are all pulling for me, and they're in the chat often. What up, Nick the Slick says, congratulations, my dude. So I just want to say, all of you people that they're lying to and saying that you should not promote over here, I got 100K by accident. They can't get 20K on purpose. This is not me trying to badmouth nobody, anyone. or talk negative about anyone. This is just me stating facts. I got 100K by accident. They can't get 10K on purpose. That part. Now you're going to see them talking about me like crazy because they think talking about me is going to help their page get better. But it's not, because I work for God. So you're not going to be able to talk about me and get good stuff coming for you the way you think you are. Satan is going to help you a little because he's going to want you to keep attacking me. But you have a very low ceiling because I work for God. So you got two choices. You can either just come out and full blood admit you a Satan worshiper, because then Satan is going to pull up like crazy. Or you can stop. I think you're more likely to become a full blood Satan worshiper than I think that these people are going to stop. So let's talk about some news and talk about some stuff that's in the news real quick. Let's get this over. I didn't mean to put that up. Yeah, y'all just running in and out right now. Look, I'm looking at it like this. I just want to be clear with you. I just made 100K. I just got more subs in the last year than these people that hate me got on their whole entire channels probably combined. Just something to point out. Let's see what we got going on over here. Oh, man. So, I have a couple of things in my phone. I didn't put it in the thing yet. But did y'all see about Trump posting the Pope photo? So, Trump posts a photo of him as the Pope, right? And I just want to say something. One, I don't know how I feel about this one way or the other. I don't know how I feel about this. But I did hear somebody on social media bring up a great point. Just in a great point. And that I'm going to share with you. And the point that I heard them bring up is that Trump and his people did this on purpose. And the reason why they did this was because they are like desperate to show the rest of the world how crazy the liberals over here are. They're desperate. Not desperate so much as this is part of their agenda. So I keep hearing Trump has some weird agenda to make the rich richer, right? So I just want to explain something. Y'all know there's more billionaires and millionaires gave money to Kamala Harris than to Trump, right? You know, the people that Trump are currently putting under pressure with these tariffs are mostly millionaires, right? Or all millionaires. You don't know that, right? So Trump is pressuring people with tariffs, right? No, I didn't get it yet, but you can literally go to the page and see it's over 100K. For everybody that don't know, the Few is one of those people who don't like me, but he doesn't come in here and talk crazy. But I do think he'll like switch to a different account and then say crazy shit. You understand what I'm saying? So whenever y'all see him say something, it's always to try to undermine me. Pay attention to his comments. I promise you, 100%. Always. 100%. Listen to how he comments. Anyway, let me get back to what I'm talking about. So, and I want to be clear about this. And plaque is spelled with a Q. That's how come I know you're one of them, because you don't even know how to spell. Let me spell plaque for you. So the next time you have to write it out, you don't make yourself look the way you just did. All right, this is plaque. So, I want to be clear about something. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. Trump allegedly, and I mean this makes sense, might be trying to show the rest of the world how crazy the liberals are. And the liberals are absolutely batshit crazy. First of all, I just want to point out one thing. Listen to this. The point I was just making. The liberals love saying that Trump is trying to make his friends rich. One of the things they said he tried to use was the stock market and insider trading. That's what they're trying to say, right? But how could it be insider trading if Trump told everyone what was going to happen? I need somebody to explain that to me. Trump told everyone to watch the stock market. Trump told everybody what America was planning to do. So if you follow stock, you would literally know exactly what would have been affected. Now imagine yourself being one of these politicians who, when they go and, play the stock market, they're always doing insider trading. Now you know what's going to happen, and you can insider trade because you know what's going to happen, but you're scared because you know that they're watching your accounts. So now you just lost 30 million. So this is what's been happening to some of the Democrats who trade. They've been losing like crazy because no, I value everybody's view. This is where you try to start the argument. No, go right ahead. And put words in my mouth. Appreciate it. I literally said I never kicked you because you haven't said anything worth me kicking. But you do try to undermine everything that I say. That's a fact. So I say all this to say that currently, right now, what's going on in America, Trump wants the world to see. So every time we see one of those liberals go scratch up a car, Republicans is like this. Every time Trump says to do something that's reasonable and sensible, and the Democrats jump out the window saying he's trying to do some kind of insanity, Republicans go like this. Every single time the Republicans try to send people out of the country that shouldn't be here and the Democrats fight to keep them, Republicans go like this. There's midterm elections coming up next year. Y'all know that, right? It's midterm elections. The Democrats are suffering in myriad of different fashions, a whole bunch of different ways. First of all, when was the last time we had an election where a person who ran for the president and lost, or whatever the case is, or a person who was the president couldn't come out and try to help the party? Because do you think Kamala Harris could come out and try to help their party? Do you think that Joe Biden could come out and try to help their party raise money? Neither of these people can help their party raise money. Oh, got another thing to say also, but give me a minute. Neither of these people will be able to help their party raise money. Why was Barack Obama so important to the Democratic Party? Because he was able to help them raise money. So why is this important? Ask yourself why there's so many Democrats right now that are in debt because of their campaigns. You don't believe me, right? Yeah, I do. I read it. No, it doesn't. These guys just be lying. Kamala Harris disqualified forever over Democratic overspending. How is she going to help you raise any money? $20 million in debt, Kamala Harris. There's another dude too I'm about to show you in a minute. I was hoping his name would come up. So Democrats who want to be in charge of the economy and constantly tell everybody about how Trump knows nothing about the economy and how they know everything, apparently can't even run Oh, shit. I didn't show y'all. Whoops. Apparently can't even run a campaign. So, show you the two articles I was looking at. Is Kamala Harris campaign 20 in debt? What we know. Yeah, she's in debt. I don't care how many. And it's probably more than 20 million. She's in debt. And I'm about to show you another guy who's in debt too. Give me 1 second. Bernie Sanders. Hold on. Who had more national debt? These guys just piss me off. Like these guys just really piss me off. What in the heck? These guys really piss me off. Why is that even there? Hold on. 20 in debt. There was another one that was right here. I just want to show you real quick before I go to the next page. If it's going to let me freaking use the thing. Like, what the hell, fam? Somebody in my computer? Hold on. Yeah, I hate you hear my computer. It's fucking no thing is blowing right now. Like, what the hell? Okay, I'm just gonna close the whole window. Nobody cares for that. I'm just gonna close the window. And we're gonna try to open up another one. Sheesh. All right. So there is a, what's his name? Shuri? With an H. So this guy is also in debt. This is the latest guy that came out and said that he was going to, I just want to tell y'all what the grift is real quick. This is the latest dude that came out and said that he wants to impeach Trump. And he needs monies donated to him in order to impeach Trump. Whatever, right? But this guy is also in debt. He was born in India and he's now trying to impeach the president. I can't wait for midterms. I cannot wait for 2026 elections. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen right now. The Democrats, many of them are going to try to lie until the last second. I promise you. Many of them are going to stop lying. The ones that stop lying, their party is going to hate and call them traitors. They're going to try to destroy their careers. Listen and pay attention. They're not going to be successful. But what will happen is this. The Democrats are going to lose so badly. I'm going to explain why I think this. What up, Nervin? Salute. Hey, you going to become Green Team member again? I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. I'm going to explain why I'm saying this. A couple of different reasons. Besides, the world is just waking up. I want to say something, and I'm going to speak on fam, hold on 1 second. Nervin, I haven't even really been making videos. To get something like 20,000, to get something like 15,000 new subscribers, and I'm not even making videos? That's God given, fam. That's God pulling up. That's all that is. Whenever you're not really doing anything but shit is moving, that's God. I'm not really making videos. I mean, like I said before, if I thought y'all wanted me to make videos, I would make more. But I'm not really making videos. This is God's doing. This is nothing to do with me. This is all God's doing. I am, first of all, shout out to the Most High, glory be to God, Jesus is King. I am an extremely blessed individual. That's why Satan is always after me. That's why I can't go anywhere without somebody trying to start up. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something while we right live on here. You want to know the reason why I just walk away from confrontations? If I actually decided that I was gonna fight every single person that wanted to fight me, there's not a day that will go past that I wouldn't be fighting. There's not a time that I walk outside of my door that I wouldn't be fighting. All Satan does is send people to me to try to instigate fights with me. That's all. That's my whole entire day is people trying to instigate violence. That's my whole day. That's my whole day. Is somebody somewhere just trying to instigate. It's my whole day. That's why I hate going outside. My whole entire day is just some weirdo punk somewhere who I will whoop. I promise you. Trying to start a fucking fight with me so they could either be famous or be popular. You niggas need to stop dick riding. And I said the D and I said the N word. But y'all need to stop it. Stop dick riding. I don't get it. I'm from a generation. We didn't dick ride in my generation. So I don't understand you people. None of you dick riders. I don't understand you. I know I'm cursing right now, but I'm cursing because there's literally no other way that I could explain what these people are. I don't understand you people. I'm from a generation where you just didn't do that. No one dick rode anyone. Everyone was a man. I'm from that generation. I'm not from this new generation where everything is emotions. I'm not from this new generation. So let's talk about this new generation for 2 seconds and something that's absolutely despicable. I hope every single person, and I know this to be a fact, that is out there campaigning for Carmelo Anthony like he did something good when he killed that white boy with that knife. God see you. Y'all better start repenting now. Because you don't know when he gonna come pull up. But God see you. And there is no explanation you're going to be able to give. It's zero. It's no explanation. Every day I ask, not every day, but often, I ask for God to give me the foresight or the vision to be able to see people who I should not have around me. So if I'm walking down the street and I see you and I avoid you, God told me to. I promise you. Either you're doing something that God has already indicated to me to stay away from, or you're just exhibiting an energy that's emanating off of you that ain't for me to be around. Like, they got this new thing out here, apparently, so the gay mafia is after me again in Coney Island. It's a long, long story. Okay. Short in, there's this. It's this girl that likes me, extremely pretty. Everybody knows that. I guess everybody knows now. I didn't know. Anyone knew? But everybody knows that I'm into her. Apparently, she might be into me also. I don't know. But apparently, because I'm not dating this girl, the gay people think that they have a chance. Satan is always after me, fam. Satan trying to send me to prison. Satan is constantly trying to put things in front of me that's going to cause for me to give a violent reaction. And I got to turn around and walk away. I heard some fucking sucker the other day. Some little skinny sucker. They think I'm skinny because I keep my shit on, but I'm kind of... What up, Freddie Acevedo? Salute. Like some suckers. Like, people think I'm a coach, fam. I work out almost every day. Even if I'm just playing around with the kids and doing the workouts that the kids is doing, I'm working out almost every day. I'm working out at home. I'm working out almost every day, fam. When it gets hotter, I'm going to be doing all the hard drills with the kids. So I'm going to be like working out every day, even more. Me avoiding giving you violence might be the best thing for you. You know, while you sit on your couch all day, smoking, drinking. You know, your muscles ain't really ready for combat. You think they are because you want to fight 20 years ago. Or because you're 15 years old and you know nothing about violence. So you think you're ready. I get it. Walked past some sucker nigga the other day and he had the nerve to try to get me to react to him. If you with 20 niggas and somebody walking alone and you say that you would slap the nigga walking alone, you a whole pussy. Tell me where the lie at. Tell me where the lie at. You with 20 niggas. Somebody walk past you. And you say, yo, I'll slap him. You a pussy. Tell me where the lie at. Now, when you see that same man alone and you walk up to him and you slap him, now that's a whole different story. You might not win. That's a whole different story. So back to the Carmelo Anthony thing real quick. All of y'all people out here celebrating that young white boy being killed. That young boy being killed, taken away from his family. Celebrating it. God see you. I have a thing that I do sometimes and I have to stop doing it. And that's when I sometimes hope people don't get right with God. Because we need examples. I think the problem with these hoods is that there's not enough examples. Don't worry. The next generation not going to be on this fucking dope fiend shit that these kids is on. They not. Because almost all of these kids running around right now using all of these drugs, by the time they get like 25, it's a wrap. They're going to really be 40. So you're going to have a whole generation that's going to learn from their mistakes. There's a reason why people from my generation don't smoke crack. They don't smoke crack. Not people from my generation. Very few, if any. The generation before us, yes. The generation after us, yes. But our generation, nah. And there's a reason for that. Because we grew up seeing the crackheads. We grew up seeing the examples. We witnessed what people turned into. I have the opportunity to have seen people that smoked crack in 1980s and watch those people from that point until the point that they weren't alive anymore, and seen the trajectory that most of their lives took. So when I look at these kids out here just lost, people be thinking I'd be mad at them. I don't be mad at them. That'd be pity. It'd be pity. Like, yo, he mad at the kids. I'm not mad at the kids. It's pity. I already see what you're going to turn into, and I feel bad for you. And I know that there's no way to turn it around because of your living conditions. You live inside of a situation that even if you wanted to do better, the community wouldn't accept it. You know how many of these kids out here is lost because the community that they live in, it has nothing to do with their parents. Their parents ain't around because their parents got to work all day, every day. So their parents ain't even around. They would be if they could be. But, you know, this democratic government that we live in, the Democrats have created, it makes making a living tough. Y'all don't see that, though. One of the things I'm always trying to explain to people is that the Democrats need us to be poor. If we're not poor, if we're not hurting, the Democrats have nothing for us. These are just facts. Name me one policy that the Democrats have that isn't for underprivileged people or marginalized individuals. Name me one policy. You can't. You know why I have faith in what Trump is doing? The Republicans not stupid. The Republicans know if our quality of life gets better, the Democrats won't be able to get elected. What can they possibly campaign on? The only thing they ever campaign on is racism, police brutality, racism. What else they campaign on? Donald Trump bad. I really can't think of anything else they campaign on. So if Donald Trump improves our quality of living, they won't have anything to campaign on. Remember, they can't campaign on closing the borders. They're completely against that. They can't campaign on immigration reform. They're completely against that. They can't campaign on giving the public more money. They are completely against that. They can't campaign on lowering prices. They are completely against that. They can't campaign on bringing jobs to America. They are completely against that. And I know that they're against these things because they tell us out of their own mouths as they criticize Trump. They can't campaign on health and improving the health of Americans because they're completely against that. I can't think of one thing that the American people as a majority wants that they are for. I can't think of one thing. This is what you're going to find out before the end of this year, I believe. I mean, it's evident right now, but some people are still deluded. You're going to find out that the people who are pro-Democrat is such a small percentage of people. Now I'm about to hit you in the head. Pay attention. You want to know one of the main reasons why they want voter ID? It's not just because of the immigrants. One of the main reasons why they want voter ID, in my opinion, is because if they can fly people to America to protest, why can't they fly people to America to vote? They have literally been stealing elections, and we don't even know how long they've been doing this. Remember, Al Gore claims the election was stolen from him by the Republicans. Possible. What the hell do I know? Or could it have been another situation where they were trying to steal the election and failed, so they had to come up with a better policy? In comes Obama. So I want to be clear about something, and I really don't want there to be, I want there to be very little misunderstanding. The Democrats have nothing to campaign on. They're trying this Abrego Garcia thing dumb hard. They know that they have to stay away from Carmelo Anthony because then where all their white vote is going to go. The Democrats are so unpopular right now. Every time I'm just walking around and I see like one of my Democratic buddies, I feel bad for them. Because as an American, we need a strong Democratic Party and a strong Republican Party. One keeps the other in line. When we have one of those parties weak, that means that the other party runs the show. That means that there's no balance. I'm going to tell you the best example I could give of is this, and I don't think people really pay attention to this. But you remember Star Wars, right? Remember in the prequels, Anakin gets there during the Phantom Menace, right? And Qui-Gon Jinn says, yeah, he believes Anakin is going to balance the Force. Balance the Force from whom? Y'all don't even know the Sith exist. As far as y'all know, there's only Jedi. So, y'all wanted to balance the Force when the light side, the side that you're supposed to be on, was strong, and the dark side was weak? And y'all would have balanced the Force. They were successful. And then they were unsuccessful. So real quick, the Phantom Menace, about how they, Qui-Gon Jinn said, I'm going to balance the Force. The second one, the Clone Wars, was the Force actually getting balanced. And Revenge of the Sith is when the dark side overcame the light side and it became unbalanced again. For everybody that don't get what was going on, I didn't really need to give a movie. Because I know a lot of people watch those movies and don't understand what's going on. Why would you need to balance the Force if you're already up? That's like a team being up by 50 in the fourth quarter and talking about we got to tie this game. What are you talking about? Anyway, in any regard. So the Democrats, in this scenario, let's say they're the light side, and they're always trying to balance the Force. So they're always trying to create problems that don't exist. So I expect some problems to come up that don't exist, that they're going to just talk about and make them problems. And then they're going to come up with some random solution. Now, I'm going to give you a little heads up. They already want to do the solution. The problem isn't a real problem. The problem is just how they're going to get you to agree with their solution. People are always gaslighting. A lot of people lose my friendship because they try to gaslight me. And they don't even know why I stopped being friends with them. They be thinking I'm upset with them. I'm not upset with you. You tried to gaslight me. And not even into something that I wanted to do. Like, I could see if you're trying to gaslight me into something that I want to do. Like, you're like, you know what? This is something he wants to do. And for whatever reason, he hasn't done it yet. Let's talk him into it. I'm 100%. I get that. You're a friend. I could even understand trying to gaslight me into doing something that you think would be beneficial for me. Whether it is or isn't is a whole nother thing. But a lot of times people are just trying to gaslight you for their own benefit. Because they're going to get something out of it. So I pay attention. But that is another reason why having a good wife is important, because if you have a good gaslighter with you, she's going to talk you into doing the things that you need to do when you're a little hesitant. So you need to have a wife. You need to have somebody who is going to encourage you in those quiet moments where you're, wavering. You need to have a wife. A man, every man needs to have a wife. A good wife. That means as soon as I see you argumentative, I don't want to fuck with you. What up, Ty? Salute. Yo, we got the Cash App up there if anybody want to drop $1 or $2 just to say what's up. We got the Cash App up. So I want to be clear. Or if somebody is just like, yo, Frost, I'll go celebrate or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, so they're always trying to gaslight the Democrats. That's just what they do. I don't trust them. If anybody has any policy that the Democrats promote that you think is a good policy, put it in the chat, because I want to know what is one of their good policies. To be fair, I don't know any good policies that they have. AOC was doing we're going to get back to Carmelo Anthony. Give me 1 second. AOC was doing a town hall. She gets heckled. Chuck Schumer was doing a town hall. Was it Chuck? No, not Chuck. Well, Chuck got heckled, but that from a reporter. Bernie Sanders was doing a town hall or whatever he was doing. They ran him off the stage. Who? His other Democratic Party people. They were not going to let him speak unless you got to listen to women. I want to say something. And I just want to be clear about something. This is not a knock on women. All of us need to have a good woman who cares about us to give us guidance or give us, or at least discuss topics with us, or to be in our ear sometimes. Like, just like sometimes we just need a good friend who might be a male, female, whoever, right? So the Democratic Party is doing two things right now. The first thing is they're taking all of the power that black women have acclimated in the last 20 to 30 years, maybe 40 years, and just absolutely throwing it out the window. By the time 2026 comes, people are not going to trust black women. They're just not. They're going to be seen as a novelty. Now, there's a ton of smart, intelligent, beautiful black women out there. Not for me, because black women have already let me know where they stand on as far as I'm concerned. I don't want the problems. So, not for me. But there are a lot of beautiful, and 100%, I think black women are the most beautiful women on the planet. Just, collectively. Yes, there are a lot of smart, intelligent black women also. And just like with any other race. But all of the wins, all of the love that the world just has for y'all is dissipating. Y'all should have never attached yourself to Kamala Harris the way that y'all did. Y'all let them trick y'all. And then now y'all think y'all going to be able to win with Jasmine Crockett. I think black people dislike her more than white people. Something to think about. I think black people dislike Jasmine Crockett more than white people. I absolutely dislike that lady. So I want to say this about Carmelo Anthony. We got to get to some Letitia James also. I think that boy should be put back in jail. I think his bond should be put back at what it was. If he can make it, then he could get back out. I think that black people need to stop saying it was okay for him to have killed that white boy. That's insanity. And I just feel really bad for that people's family. Imagine having your son murdered at a track meet and having tens of thousands of people celebrate it that don't even know your son, don't know him from nothing. They just heard he was a bully. Now I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me. I was in church the week before last. I had to really have I was in church the week before last. I went there early. It was Easter Sunday, right? So I went there early because they was doing a thing, right? I thought it was just going to be breakfast, but it was more than that. And the pastor actually, before I got there, had, did some prayers and stuff like that. For anybody that came in early, whatever the case is. So I go into, I'm going to tell you the whole story first. So I go into the church. There is a gentleman in the church that I don't know this guy from Adam. But he's talking at the top of his lungs about how he has a knife on him and he doesn't even know. Ha ha ha, laughing. He's manic. Just so we be clear, he's having a manic episode. And he's talking about how he has a knife on him, about how he didn't take his meds. He's just like going on by himself. Nobody's talking to him. So I'm standing there and I make my coffee because it's got like a breakfast thing there. So I stand there and I make my coffee. And he comes over to me and just starts talking to me. Now, mind you, this is all I said to him. I said maybe this in one other sentence. I said something to him and he just kept talking about whatever he was talking about. And then I said, well, put it in God's hands. He said, I don't want to talk about God. And I walk away. That's it. I go stand somewhere far away from him. And I'm drinking my coffee and I'm eating a half of a blueberry muffin. I got a blueberry muffin in it. I might eat that now. I might warm that up, put some butter on it. Anyway, so I want some coffee. Anybody buying me a coffee? I want some coffee. Somebody buy me a coffee. So I go, send it to the Cash App. So I go and I'm standing over there by myself drinking my coffee. I'm not talking to nobody. There's some ladies in there. I'm not talking to the ladies. I'm not talking to him. At some point, one of the ladies asked him to sit down, and for whatever the reason is, she asked him to sit down right already in my line of sight where I'm standing. So he's still going on about how he got a knife on him. He's going on about a lot of just crazy things that make no sense. And he's still talking about how he didn't take his meds. At some point, he just starts talking to me again. Now, I'm not saying nothing to this guy. For anybody that don't know me, I don't really talk to strangers. Like, before I moved to Coney Island, I talked to strangers all the time. That was my main thing that I did. But since I moved here, I don't talk to people. If I don't know you, I don't talk to you. I don't talk to anyone. When I go outside, I don't talk. There's some people that probably know me and if like I've gotten in conversations before, but what they don't know is that I don't talk to nobody. So I'm not ignoring you or hating on you. I'm really not, and I don't have no dislike for you. I just don't want to argue. So the easiest way to not argue is to just never talk to nobody. So it's not personal. I just don't want to argue. Like, that's it. Like, there's nothing else. I don't want to argue, so I just don't talk to nobody. So anyway, so the guy just starts talking to me and saying things that don't make any sense. Then he says, because I don't want to talk to him, that I must be crazy. And that I need to go to a psychiatric hospital and because I don't want to talk to him. I'm still not saying nothing. I'm like, this guy's trying to bait me. I don't want to say anything. All right. So then he says, yo, why don't you sit down? I don't say nothing. He asks me again. I just say, I don't want to sit down. And I just didn't want to sit down. It had nothing to do with anything other than I just did not want to sit down. Also, just so we could be clear, it made sense to not sit down sitting right next to a fucking maniac that keeps talking about how he got a knife in his pocket. I damn sure ain't sitting down next to you, fam. Anyway, for whatever the reason is, after I say I don't want to sit down, and then the lady says, he doesn't have to sit down. He just starts going absolutely bananas and bonkers. That was the last straw, him not being able to tell me what I could do. So there's a guy that works there. He comes and gets in between the two of us. And I guess this is probably where I said, in the safe case of, you know, this guy, he's about like 5 foot, probably like 5'2". Let's give him 5'2". Probably about 95 pounds, 110 pounds, somewhere between there. Like, I would kill this guy. Like, this is not a fight. So I basically say that to the dude. That sets the guy off. He pulls his knife out. You hear it. He comes running at me. I don't step back. There's chairs there. So they have, you know, the folding chairs? So they have the folding chairs, but they got them attached. So all four folding chairs are attached. So I pick up the 4 folding chairs that's attached. I close the damn thing and I shield it to block it. The nigga stabbing at me with a knife like that. It finally gets broken up. And you know that the people that witnessed it. What up, Marlo? You know the people that witnessed it told the police. One didn't even tell the police he tried to kill me. This is a church we in. Now, I want to know how should I feel about these people. Imagine somebody tries to kill you in front of some people that are churchgoers, and then the churchgoers go to the police and tell the police that, you know, the person didn't. Don't tell the people about the weapon. Don't tell the people about how he attacked you. Make it seem like you did something to the guy and how you was just there. And first thing they said is, I tried to tell him about God, and I tried to force him to listen to God. I said 2 sentences to the guy. And only one of them had anything to do with God. Then they said I was standing over the top of the dude. I was standing here for 15 minutes before the guy even walked over. And the only reason why he sat there is because you told him to. So how should I feel about these people? And I'm not even going to tell you what side the pastor was on, because the pastor would have just been, hand to God, if that man would have killed me, I'm 100% sure that the pastor would have just pretended like it was my fault. 100% sure. Shout out to Coach Knight. The first thing Coach Knight said to me when he saw me is he asked me, was I okay? You okay? You ain't hurt, are you? I think those were his exact words, verbatim. What did the pastor say to me? Nothing. He wasn't concerned. There's 2 pastors there. Neither one of them was concerned with my injuries. I did get injured. I'm not going to talk about that, though. But neither one of them was concerned with my injuries. Neither one of them was concerned I almost died. Because if I didn't get that chair up in time, that man would have stabbed me somewhere in my, up here. I would have got stabbed somewhere up here. He would have killed me. I wouldn't be here right now. I mean, I might have survived. Who knows? But that was definitely attempt murder. Hands down. Now, I've had people come at me with knives and weapons before. Just so we could be clear. That was attempt murder. How should I feel about that church? How you feel about stuff like that, right? Anyway. Shortly after that, God let me know why there's not any people in that church. Now I get it. I 100% get it. If you're a vagrant, if you're a person who, if you're a vagrant, you're welcome. If you're a black man, or maybe any man, I don't know, and you don't have any kind of big problems with you, maybe you're not welcome. Maybe you're not welcome. Full disclosure, I 100% chased that motherfucker with them chairs. And they said because I chased the guy that was trying to kill me with chairs, I was wrong. I'm going to say that again just for the people in the back didn't hear it. They said because I chased the guy that first tried to kill me, I was wrong. I ended up chasing a guy around the damn church. He jumped on the stage and tried to get away, and I just let him get away. Because I wasn't trying to hurt him. It was more about protecting myself. If I was trying to hurt him, I would have just, I could have got him. So how are you supposed to feel about that? How are you supposed to be taught the Bible from somebody who would rather you die than some vagrant get what's coming to him? How are you supposed to feel about that? Not everybody is preaching the Lord's word. Not everybody. Some people are just saying the thing to get the most people to agree with them. That's it. Now, I'm not talking about nobody specifically. I'm just saying a thing. That's it. I'm just saying a thing. Not everybody is preaching the Lord's word. Some people are just saying the things that they need to say because they sound good. I rarely ever believe a crying pastor. Because, listen, when God makes you cry, it's uncontrollable. It's not whimpering. It's uncontrollable. Sometimes God makes you cry when you're thinking happy things. Sometimes God just makes you cry. I do not believe pastors who generally cry. Because God doesn't always make pastors cry. People in general, when they're delivering his message. It has to be profound. It has to be something that he's pulling from your soul. Not just some random thing that we're talking about on a Sunday because something happened in whatever. I'm not talking about nobody specifically. I'm just pointing out something. Never trust a person that fakes empathy. I'm going to say that again. Never trust a person who fakes empathy. And I'm an empath. I hate it. It's just something I got to deal with. But out of all the gifts that God could give someone, I promise you, empath is not something that you want. You don't want to have to be able to feel what other people are feeling. It sounds good. It sounds incredible. But you don't want that. It's not something you want. You don't want to be able to walk into a room and just be dragged down because of the negative energy that's in the room. You don't want that. That happens to empaths. You don't want to exhaust yourself of positive energy and then have nowhere to pull more energy from. That happens to empaths. All of these situations make empaths look crazy. You don't want any of these. You do not want to be an empath. There's a ton of positive things that I could mention. But right now, I'm not living in none of those positive states. I'm living in all of the negative states. What up, Smoke Spot? Salute. If anybody wants to contribute and say, you know what, Jack, we absolutely F's with you, you could always pull up to the Cash App and drop $1 or $2. But yes, thank you once again, Smoke Spot. Says congrats for everybody that don't know. We hit over the 100K. I keep saying I might come back and start doing videos. I have people that's constantly saying, yo, Jack, you need to do more live streams. I'm thinking about it. I'm always thinking about it. But also, we're going to start doing basketball soon. What up, Washable Marker? Salute. But also, we're going to be doing basketball soon. And I'm thinking I'm going to have the practices with the kids in the morning. So I might start doing our practices. If I start doing it, I might start doing it in the morning, like around 9:30, 9 o'clock. And if I do start doing that, then I'm either going to move. If we do the morning show, then I'm going to have to move it to like 7 in the morning. Don't worry, I'm already up. I'm up like 5 o'clock most days. Be honest with you. 5:30, I'm up. Walking around and shit. I don't like that neither. I'm just being honest with you. But I'm usually up at like 5:30. I'm up out of wake. I've been waking up since like 5 o'clock generally since, I don't know, a long time. I used to have my alarm clock set for, I think, 6 in the morning, all the way until I got a new phone. And so, shout out to Kendra. So, when I used to stay over at Kendra's house all the time, that's the only time I used to sleep past my alarm is when I be at her house. Other than that, I don't sleep past my alarm. I wake up before my alarm. At her house, I sleep past the alarm. I ain't gonna lie. Reasons. Funny story. So I finally figured out who this Ukrainian chick in here that like she be trying to holler at me. I need to just, I don't know. I should give her a chance. It's like, I don't know. I should. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you who she looks like. She looks like Yelena Belova. Absolutely. I'm gonna show you for everybody that don't know who Yelena Belova is. She looks like her, but slimmer, a lot like slimmer, and I'm gonna be honest, much better body. Florence Pugh. No, that's not how you spell Florence. Flo. What the fuck, Fiona? So, did I spell it right? No. Yeah, so she looks like her, kinda. But she looks like her in this picture right there. Absolutely, 100%. Yep, that picture right there. She looks like her 100% in this picture. 100% in that picture. I guess that picture too. That picture too. Not this picture. Absolutely not that picture. I don't know what Florence Pugh was doing there. This looks just like her. This looks like a fucking. That looks like that could be her thing near her twin sister. I'm a big fan of Florence Pugh, by the way. I mean, I think she's pretty, but I like her character on. I like her Black Widow character. If she didn't have that character, I probably wouldn't be so into her. If she was like, if I just seen her in other things, and I like chicks with like small boobs, but this is too small. Like she's making her boobs smaller on purpose. That's too small. That's too small. That looks like you might be a dude for real. That's too small. I need more than that. That's just too small. That look like you might be a dude. That look like dude boobs, kinda. You know, they probably photoshopped that though to make it look like that also. Yeah, she don't got dude boobs. Look, she got real boobs. She got real boobs. That other shot look like dude boobs though. I'm trying to right boobs. I know this is stupid. Like, yeah, see, I don't like that's just I don't like that look. I don't like that look. You know, I don't like that. Like, they're boobs, but yeah, I don't like that. And also, like, stop. Why you gotta show your areolas? Like, I get it though. No, she's married to an older dude, by the way. Who's her boyfriend? Hold on. Husband or boyfriend? I'm gonna put husband. That guy that was played on Scrubs. I used to love that show. This guy. He played on Scrubs. Age gap relationship. Told you. But I'm going to say something real. I'm going to say something super real right now. Pay attention. Women should be trying to date dudes older than them. And I'm going to tell you why right now. 21-year age gap. And I'm going to tell you why right now. So when we have children, I didn't even put the screen up. I was telling you about all of this stuff and I didn't even put the screen up. I'm sorry I did that. So this is the dude she's currently with. Y'all gotta tell me when I don't be putting the screen up. I don't be knowing. So this is the dude she's currently with, Zach Braff. Very funny guy. I used to love him on Scrubs. That's one of my favorite shows, honestly. So this is her. She got like a boob issue. Hold on, I'm gonna show you her boobs in a minute. So I just do a regular one real quick. And then I'm going to tell you about why 100% girls should be trying to date guys older than them. When I explain this, it's going to make perfectly good sense. And it's going to make sense about why these kids is crazy right now. So the woman I was talking about looks like her here. She looks 100. This looks like they're twins. I'm just being honest with you. Hold on. How do you do the thing again? Control. Okay. No. Okay. This one. Right? Oh shit. That was so many mistakes I just made. Okay. I'm trying to get one of the screen big enough so I'm going to be able to show you what I'm talking about. Right here she looks, this is exactly how homegirl looks. What the fuck? Nobody asked anything. Part of my language. So, drop this. So right here, she looks, that homegirl that I'm talking about, the shorty that live in here, I don't want to say her name because I don't want people to go harass her. She looks exactly like this right here. These are just absolute exactly like her right there in the black and white photo. That's exactly how she looks, hands down. Not there. This is another good one. That like how shorty looks. She's cute. And she's sporty. I like sporty chicks. She's always trying to make basketball play dates with me. So, she's interested. She's always trying to make play dates with me. I do. So, anyway. So, that's Yelena Belova. Florence Pugh. That's how shorty look. Exactly. But this is the problem I have with Florence Pugh. I like small boobs. But not like this. All due respect. Those don't look bad. I don't like how that shot looked. But there's one particular shot that looks terrible, and I want to show you that one. And I don't know why her boobs look like that. Like, did she like? She might have took some of those damn hormone blockers and stupid shit. You don't never know nowadays. This one right here. This one I absolutely hate. Like, this is. I think this is Photoshop. I don't like that outfit. Like, why would they put her in this outfit? I don't like that outfit. Screw Skims. Now look at her boobs right here. Normal, regular. Why they look like that right there? That look like how dudes look when they trying to be like women. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that look. That look is trash. Oh shoot. Actual boobs. I didn't mean to show actual boobs. We're not doing that. In any regard. What are we talking about anyway? I'm busy talking. I'm finished talking about this. And shout out to Florence Pugh. Shorty look, she's cute. I'm gonna say it like this. She's been trying hard to she's been consistent. And she's nice. There's only 2 drawbacks. She dated somebody that I'm friends with. I never date females that date people that I'm friends with. I have never done that in my life. I've never done that. Like, I've never done that. This one time I banged this chick that I didn't know was a girlfriend of like one of my distant, not really in my family cousins. But, no, I only met that guy like twice when I was like a little kid, so. And I didn't know that she was dating the dude until like, I don't know, like a year after I banged her, so. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. I was really popular in high school. Like, really popular. I just didn't know. Self-awareness is not the best. My self-awareness is not the best. I really don't think the world revolves around me. Even when sometimes it is revolving around me. So I just, the world always revolves around any individual of us at any given time. We're the center of attention. So even when the world is actually revolving, I don't be knowing. So I don't be knowing. That's another reason I need a girlfriend. I don't be knowing. Kendra would tell you too. Like, he really don't know. You think he really don't know. He doesn't look at the world like that. Kendra will tell you. I really don't be knowing. People just be thinking I be knowing because I'm smart. I really don't be knowing. Let me screw this back to a regular damn size. Yeah, we just talking. But she's pretty, and nice energy. I just want to have somebody I could like joke around with and have fun with. Go do that. I want to. I need people around that I could make feel good about themselves. Like, when I don't have people around that I could like make feel good about themselves, that's kind of like depressing to me a little. There's nothing in the world as gratifying, as satisfying as helping people be happy. As long as you're not hurting yourself in the process or doing something that's going to harm yourself in the process. Like, there's few things that's more gratifying. That's the way I look at the world. I don't know. That's what it is. Anyway. Anything anybody want to ask me? Nope. Okay. I'm just gonna kick whoever said something stupid. Anything that anybody want to ask me? I can't joke around with y'all because once I start joking around with y'all, people gonna come in here and start disrespecting me, and they're gonna try to mingle and be like they part of what you guys is doing. So I just prefer not to joke around with nobody. Because once they come in here and they start saying weirdo shit, nobody in here is gonna be like, get out of here. Like, that's not gonna happen. People are gonna be like promoting or stand by and watch them tell lies or whatever the case is. So anyway, we gotta get ready to get off this anyway. We gotta get ready to get off of this anyway. It's raining still. Might walk to the store and get a coffee. Got attacked in the church. The pastor was on the attacker's side. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think about that every day. Every single day. Anything y'all want to talk about? I'm doing a live because there's a couple of people that said you got to do a live because you got to 100K. So I'm just doing a live and I'm talking about random things. We could literally talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I really need to start doing more stuff with the page. I'm not even doing anything with the page and I got to 100K. You got people that spending all of their time and energy trying to tear me down and can't even get to 10,000. This is God's page. God made this go to 100K. This is God's doing. How else could it have happened? I don't even post. How else could it have happened? Name me one way that this could have happened other than by God's will. I don't post. I keep telling y'all, the people that be hating on me, they hate God. It's not just me that they're trying to destroy. They hate God. Keep trying to tell y'all. Keep trying to tell y'all. These people hate God. I promise you. I'm not even doing anything and I made it to 100K. And they're working their asses off every single minute to not just try to discourage, not just try to disparage me, but other people also. They working as hard as they can, talking shit about these people over there, shit up, just spreading lies. I'm not doing nothing basically, and I made it to 100K. And they're trying their best to copy everything that they see me doing, and it don't work for them. Because I'm not doing it. God's doing it. You hate God. Why would he work for you? Why would he do anything to work in your favor? You hate God. Think about it like this. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to do that. These people hate God. I'm not even doing nothing. I'm not even doing anything. I got 8 people in the live right now. I don't even have a big live right now. But I still made it to 100K. Not even trying. Imagine if I tried. Imagine if I put real effort. So I'm accidentally more charismatic and better than this, than the people that hate me. Just accidentally. I like watching people who attack people that God loves from a distance. Because after you watch a couple of people that do evil to people that God loves from a distance, and you see what happens to their life, and you see the things that happen to them, that's the easiest way to really understand that God, who God is and what kind of power he has. I'm going to tell you something that I found interesting. Why is it now people are saying Jesus' name on television and they not getting censored? For everybody that don't know, for a long time people were getting censored every time you try to say Jesus' name on a live stream or like on anything. They cut the like on network television. They cut the live stream, or they don't let you talk about Jesus. They don't let you talk about God. Remember, they had a whole joke about that at the Oscars or the Emmys or something like that. That you just can't talk about Jesus and you can't talk about God until Trump came into office. Something to think about. You couldn't talk about God. Think about all of the times that you see these athletes want to thank God and they cut them off, or they don't let them. They cut their mic, or they switch to a commercial break, or they just chop it out of the clip. They just cut it and play everything else except for that. That happens all the time. It doesn't happen anymore because Trump is in office. So it's hard for me to hate the guy that's bringing God to the White House in favor of the people that want to turn little boys into little girls and little girls into little boys and give kids what they call hormone blockers, but are really castration medicine, because it's the same medicine that they give to the inmates in jail to prevent them from having hard-ons because they out there doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing with their willies. Same thing, same drug. They just renamed it and called it a hormone blocker. Imagine all of us men that got a working penis, whether you gay or not. Imagine being 19 years old and then realizing that your penis is never going to work again. Now imagine being 16 years old and realizing your penis is never going to work again because of some drugs you took when you was 8. So shout out to this administration for getting in the way of that bullshit, because those are things that we don't want to happen. So shout out to this administration for that. That's a fact. And today is May 4th. Oh, so that Star Wars reference I made in the beginning was dead on then. I didn't realize it was. I mean, I knew earlier. I forgot. Sorry, I'm reading a thing. This Ilhan Omar. Oh, I want to say this, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Drop something. I can stay there too. I want to say something. I want to let y'all go. So Tom Hooman basically came out and said that there are going to be some surprises. I expect for judges, some judges have just been arrested. I expect more judges to be arrested. And I expect some politicians to start getting arrested and their families. That's how you know they're coming after the politicians. And you want to know who I think they're coming after specifically? I think they're coming after AOC. I think they're coming dead at her. Why do I keep hearing stuff about her brother and her sister and all of these other shenanigans that they're allegedly pulling? I don't know if they are, if they aren't, but that they're allegedly pulling behind the scenes. They said her brother was I don't know if it's her brother or not, but some dude apparently was caught bringing drugs like on a Nike boat or some shit like that, a Nike speedboat. They're trying to say it was AOC's brother. I don't know if it was her brother. It probably wasn't. What the hell do I know? But what that tells me is that she's 100% a target. They're 100% after her, or they're 100% at least have her in their crosshairs. There's no telling what's going to happen at this point. I am not an AOC fan. I think she's a complete idiot. Complete idiot. I think she's like a complete idiot. Like, just so we could be clear, the Democrats have elected AOC and the Democrats have elected Jasmine Crockett. These people are electing people based off of a white person has had that seat for a real long time, so let's give it to somebody else. And y'all just voting for the lowest common denominator. These are DEI hires. And what was one of the main things AOC did, and this is why she's going to probably be up out of here, started immediately allowing all of the migrants to move in the Bronx. Opening up areas for the migrants to move into the Bronx. Opening up homeless shelters all throughout the Bronx. Do you know what the Bronx is? The Bronx is not a place for you to throw lit matches. That shit work everywhere else in New York City. I promise you. Uh-oh. But the Bronx is not the place for you to throw lit matches. It's just not the place. Any other borough, you could throw lit matches. Here and there. There's places you could throw lit matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everywhere. But there's a spot over there you could throw a lit match. A spot over there you could throw The Bronx is not one of those places. It just isn't. For anybody that's never lived in the Bronx, I'm going to explain something to you. The Bronx is probably, Brooklyn and the Bronx is probably the two most integrated areas when it comes to lifestyles. Like, you could be in the Bronx or Brooklyn, both places, and you could walk 2 blocks and it feels like you're in a whole entirely different country. 2 blocks. I say Bronx is like that and Brooklyn is like that. The Queens, not so much, not really. Most of Queens look like you in Asian town. Be honest with you. Which isn't bad, but like that's most of Queens though. Let's be honest. It's like they love it there. Manhattan is different. Harlem is Bronx, Puerto Rican area. But, I mean, pardon me. Harlem is black Puerto Rican type area. But in the Bronx, you could be on this block, there's Africans. You could walk 1 block, there's Dominicans. You could walk another block, there's Algerians. You could walk another block, there's Hondurans. You could walk another block, there's Mexicans. You could walk, I'm talking about 1 block. One block. You walk another block, there's Jamaicans. You walk another block, back to the Africans. But these aren't the Africans like from the other Africans. These are different Africans. You walk another block, there's some Haitians. If you're not paying too close attention, you know, you might Like, walk another block, there's Dominicans. Like, this is how the Bronx is. So I know she thinks the Boricua power and all of that other shit, but that's not how the Bronx roll, baby. We are the Bronx is a really big Latin borough. Don't get it confused. But that's not really how the Bronx rock. I promise you, I haven't been to the Bronx this year yet. But I promise you, people in the Bronx is hating this whole migrant problem. I promise you. And they're vocal about it. I promise you. That's why her town halls is turning into what they turning into. I promise you, she's not getting reelected. I'm not promising that. I just don't think she's gonna get reelected. They're gonna have to steal it. They're gonna have to steal it. They don't have a choice. They're gonna have to steal the. They're gonna have to. If they want her to stay in office, they're gonna have to steal the election. They don't got a choice. She ain't gonna win again. I just don't see that happening. I want to play this thing for y'all real quick, and I'm going to tell y'all my comment.
People on Earth? What's Africa?
Okay, I need you to pull that up like right now.
You can. Black Americans on per capita on average.
Can you pull that up?
I'm hosting an event right now. I don't know what to tell you. But
I'm going to say something real quick. The number one thing that people do when they don't know what they're talking about is going to try to make it sound like you don't know what you're talking about. And they're going to ask you in that moment to do something inconvenient to prove it to them. Because they know that they're wrong.
I'm hosting an event right now. I don't know what to tell you. But anyone can fact check me on this. So you cannot find a black majority country or any country where black people have significant representation where they are as wealthy. Because even the poorest people in America are in the top 5%, the top 2% of wealth around the world. And so my whole belief is stop acting like you're a victim and start making better choices.
Acting like a victim, bro. This is not a victim mentality.
No, it fundamentally is, because white people are not out to get you. There is nothing holding black people back. Let me say that again. There is nothing holding black people back. In fact, the opposite. You can get into colleges with lower test scores. You could say things that white people can't say and not be fired for it.
He's right.
Black people are wildly disrepresentation.
People say that to me all the time, and they just walk around like it doesn't.
Watch him lie.
Say what? Say the word.
The N-word. I'm not going to say it on this public platform, but people say it to me all the time.
It derogatorily.
Yes.
No, I think you're lying.
Why would I be lying?
So you're trying to tell me at this campus, did you report it to student services?
I'm not. I have too much on my plate to.
So you're going to say at this campus you're going to indict the moral character of Texas A&M?
I'm not indicting the moral character.
Oh, yes, you are. You're saying that.
I'm indicting the moral character of one person or a few people.
Oh, well, now it's one. So you heard it all the time, and now it's one. Got it. So
it's not. Okay, you're
no, but this is the point, is that I don't believe you, because now you resort back to a race hoax to make it seem as if the white kids on this campus are like racist and terrible. Oh, so was it a black guy that said it to you?
I'm not.
It matters a lot, because this is how lies are able to grow. Jussie Smollett, we see this. You have to challenge them.
Do you think I'm lying when I say that people say the N-word around here? And
if I think a white person comes up to you derogatorily and says, shut up, N-word, I'm not
saying they said it.
I said, are they saying it derogatorily?
But that doesn't mean it's word for word like that.
But, okay, so then it's not an insult then.
Okay, so on this particular video, I commented, I'm just going to tell you what I commented at this point. On this particular video, I commented, black people are holding black people back. There, I'll say it. It got 376 likes so far. You can't see it because it's blurry. It got 376 likes so far. So I'm going to say this again. It's black people. Every other race of people do well because they work together. If you are in the black community and you have a good idea or a good plan, there will be more people trying to destroy your idea and destroy your plan than there will be people either getting out of the way or helping. These are facts. every other race of people see that we do this to each other, so they don't deal with us. And then when they don't want to deal with us because of what we do to each other, we say that they're racist. Can't stand Democrats because they're keeping this idea alive. A black person can't even want to do God's work. You can't even want to uplift your community. You see what the issue is? If you're a black person and you're trying to go out there and do something positive for the community, you know how many years you got to work before the community stop trying to stop you? You got to work for years just to get the community to stop trying to prevent you from helping it. You got to work for years. But if you take that same energy to any other community, any other race of people, they will embrace you with arms like this. And it don't matter what race you are. You're coming doing God's work. We love you. So no, I'm not a fan of the Carmelo Anthony's of the world. The basketball player, yes. And nobody thinks it's odd he spells his name Carmelo with a K. Like, I know y'all say you're just trying to be different. I know black people be so mad at me because I don't be catering to all bullshit. I know they do. I know they be like, yo, that nigga a traitor. I'm not a traitor. I love God first. Since I love God first, there's just certain things that I have no choice but to explain or speak on. I love God first. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. I love God first. Everything else and however else I feel about it comes after. You guys love, not everybody, obviously. I'm just talking about the people that fall under this blanket. You guys love to be victims. This is another reason why I don't never want to talk to nobody. Think about how often somebody gets into an argument with me, then all of a sudden they try to make it seem like I'm the aggressor. That's why I don't talk to nobody. I literally have people walking around outside trying to insult me, hoping I say something so they can be the victim. Insanity. But you just got to deal with it. I got people coming up to me doing the most pettiest shit in the world. And if I ignore them, I'm wrong. And if I say something to them, I'm wrong. So there's no way out of it. If I ignore them, I'm a pussy. And if I say something, I should have knew better. So there's no win. It's zero win. No matter what I do, it's wrong. So I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do nothing. I'm not going to say who, and I'm not going to say where it happens or nothing, but I'm just going to say, there's literally a person that I go to this place and they just stare at me the whole time, make up things in their head about what I'm thinking, and then tell people that. And then the people believe them. I haven't said a word to no one. This happens. So, what you gonna do? Remember how I keep trying to tell you I don't live in the real world? I don't live in the real world. All of the things that you see on TV and movies that you think is just impossible because there's no way that there's people like this that exist. I'm telling you that there's people like this that exist. Shout out to Dave East. Dave East liking one of my comments. I know Dave East. Shout out to Dave East. Salute. Dave East liking one of my comments and shit. Shout out to Dave East. I can't see it because it's blurry. I could take a picture and try to zoom in. Shout out to Dave East. I don't know him like that, but I've met him and I've dealt with him. Shout out to Dave East. Super cool. Super cool. Super cool guy. He's the type of approachable I wish I could be. Like before I started doing this internet shit and before the people started just lying about me and people started believing it, I was probably one of the most approachable people on the internet. I was probably one of the most approachable people. But now I can't be approachable. Partly because of the way I live. And just partly because there's just lies. And then it's hard to talk to people when they think you somebody you not. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to have a conversation with them. So I just try not to talk to nobody. People are like, yo, he's lonely. I'm like, no, I'm not. Please leave me alone. When God wants me to have a wife, I'll have a wife. Other than that, I don't want whatever the bullshit everybody else is trying to do. Whatever kind of arguments, whatever, I don't want no parts of it. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it. You should just, whatever the shenanigans is that you're planning on doing, please go do it over there. I don't want to be a part of it. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to start doing shows again. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the basketball. Hopefully, I'm going to, I guess I'll talk to, I already got some stuff, but I guess I'll talk to one of my friends I work with behind the scenes, Brandon, and we're gonna get ourselves a nice flyer together, and maybe I'll start doing basketball training. Because I had a main reason is because I've had a couple of parents come up to me and be like, this summer, come on, you gotta work. So I've had a couple of parents that is, they like, how much is it gonna, hitting me up, like, how much is it gonna cost? So I already got clients. So So 19 is underage. You said 19 is underage? You see how they just be trying to just make stuff up to make me look like a bad guy? I'm letting you know right now, 100%. There's a 19-year-old woman that's interested in me, and I'm interested in them, I will 100% date them. And if I can, and if it works out, and it's a good idea, and they're happy and I'm happy, I will 100% marry them. Just so we can be clear. I want to be 100%. I'll say this again. If there is a 19-year-old girl out there who's actually interested in me, and that I'm also interested in, and we start dating, and it's a good situation, I would 100% be open to marrying them. Absolutely. Especially if I mean, is she ready to come to church at least one day out the week? I'm gonna need one day at church. Like, even if it's just 2 hours, like, I'm gonna need one day at church. One day. We can get one day to God. I'm gonna need one day. Yeah, I'm gonna need one day. She actually does talk to me, by the way. But I'm gonna need one day. Imagine being so confident in God's. Imagine having so much faith in God that you have these conversations right over the internet because you got so much faith in God. Imagine that. But yeah, absolutely. And just so we can even be more clear, if I was 90 years old and a 19-year-old woman was interested in me and I was interested in her, I will 100% date. Absolutely. Not even a question. Not even a question. Not even a question. So I want to say something. This is the perfect way to add this. So I'm going to tell you one of the issues I think is actually going on. And I was having this conversation with somebody just the other day, kind of having this conversation. So, but we came to an agreement. One of the biggest issues. Okay, let me go back a little. So it's, in my opinion, in the best interest of a female to have a kid by somebody older than them. And I'm going to explain. So when we consummate, when we not consummate, this is sex, but sex during the marriage or whatever, consummate the marriage. But when we engage in sex and the woman gets pregnant, we pass on our genes, correct? We pass on our DNA, correct? We pass on all the data that our bodies have stored up from the moment that we were born until that moment. I'm going to say this again. So when we have a child, and when the man impregnates the woman, both the woman and the man pass on their DNA, correct? They pass on the data that their bodies have collected up until that point in their life. So what do you think is happening when two 19-year-olds have a kid? Their bodies have no real data to give to the baby. And for anybody that think what I'm saying is insane, you could just go, this is a scientific thing. You could just, it's easy to go open up a science textbook or Google. So when we create a baby, we pass on our DNA. We pass on the data that our bodies have collected. That's one of the main reasons why the older a man gets, if he's still in good health, he becomes more valuable. I didn't say that I wanted to have babies with her, but I mean, you could tell her that. I mean, I didn't say that, and I wasn't thinking that, but yeah, tell her that. Why not? Fuck, that's way better than saying, like, just so we could be clear. What would you rather hear if you was a parent? That somebody just want to have sex with your kid and then don't see them no more? Or that somebody wants to make a family with your kid? What would be the thing you would prefer to hear? Imagine being a parent and being like, that person want to have a whole family with my child. Oh, I just wanted them to have sex with them and then leave. Imagine this conversation. You understand? These people are liberals. These people are the Democrats. These people say all of the things that are good and act like it's a bad thing. Imagine saying that a man wants to have a monogamous long-term relationship. Imagine telling some woman, look, this guy, he wants to, and that these people already think is a good person, by the way. He wants to have a long-term relationship with your daughter, and he wants to marry her and make her happy. Oh, don't you hate that guy? He even wants to give her kids. Imagine how insane you gotta be to think that that's a bad thing that a person is thinking this. I'm not saying whether it'll happen or not, and I'm not saying I said that, just so we can be clear. But just imagine how insane you gotta be to think telling some woman that this man wants to make your daughter the happiest woman on the planet is a bad thing. Imagine that. Oh man, he wants to make your daughter so happy. Grr, I hate him. He doesn't want to cheat on her. He doesn't want to look at any other women. He just want to be with her. Imagine telling a woman that and expecting that to be a bad thing. Do you understand these people? There's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with them. I'm going to go get all of those videos where you saying all of those nice things about her daughter, and then I'm going to send them to her. I'm going to go get all of those declarations of love that you was making, and I'm going to send it to her. Oh, man. Do you understand how crazy these people are? They're the same people that's saying, you got what you voted for. Yeah, everybody that voted for the migrants to get sent out of the country, the migrants again, the immigrants, the illegal immigrants. Everybody that voted for the illegal immigrants to get sent out of the country, then the illegal immigrants get sent out of the country. When you go up to these people and say, you get what you voted for, they're going to say, yeah, thank God. These people are demented. These people are demented. Can't groom somebody you don't talk to. Can't groom somebody you don't talk to. You see, you can lie to the people on here, but you can't lie to the people that's actually seen us in the same space. So you're not going to be able to lie to the mother, but you can lie to these people. See how that works? See why I don't care what you're saying? You can lie to these people. Jack is doing these things I'm not even doing. Jack is doing this. You can lie to these people, but you can't lie to the people that's actually seen us in the same space. But you can lie to these people, though. I mean, fuck it. Right? Once again, anyway, I wasn't even talking about her. I wasn't even talking about her. Let me get back to what I was talking about. So basically, when we have a child, our DNA is passed. The data that we have is passed to the baby. So when you have two complete idiots having children, what do you think is going to happen? The baby don't have any data. There's no data to give the baby. You're not even giving the baby a strong immune system. You haven't been in the world long enough to build your immune system up big enough that when you translate that immune system to a child, it's going to be strong at an early age. I'm my father's last child. My immune system is way stronger than all of my other brothers. Not even close. My athleticism, off the charts in comparison to my other brothers. My one brother, Ty, is really, really close to me in athleticism. He's the brother that's right before me. He talking about something that I probably said like 5 or 6 months ago one time. He said, you're a liar. I said something. I probably said something 5 or 6 months ago like one time. He's like, you're because I don't remember it. You understand how fucking these people work? You understand how these people work? Then they're going to say, he said something 18 years ago. One time. I don't care he didn't remember. He's still a liar. Not that I don't remember. Not that it probably wasn't something that was important. Not I probably just said it and I wasn't serious. Not any of these things that are more probable. So what do you think is happening when two 19-year-old kids that don't have no real data, no life experience, now they're having a kid? You're not even passing on brain power. You don't know nothing. And I think that's how they tricked our communities more than anything else. Because if you go back to the 70s and the 60s, people was getting married to people 10 years older than them on a regular. On a regular. You go back to the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, people was getting married to people 10 years older than them on a regular. That was normal for the guy to be 5-10 years older than the woman he's dating. That was normal. They tricked y'all. That's what this whole prom thing is about. They tricked y'all in thinking that you have to date somebody your same age. So that means that, shout out to J Mac, he said that's a fact. So that means that when a woman is in her most fertile period, that a woman is in her most fertile period of her life, she's not even going for the best candidates to give her the best offspring. She's going for the candidate that's just the same age as her. So the man is supposed to take care of the woman, correct? How many 19-year-olds you think could take care of another 19-year-old? You see how all of this is a fallacy? I had no idea how old either of them was, by the way. And I don't think you know either. There's somebody trying to put some people's age in the chat. I don't think you know either. I don't know how old either one of them is. I don't think you know either. Because he told me his age yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't it. So I don't know what her age is. I don't know what his age is. I'm just being honest with you. You don't know either. So yeah, I'm 100% an advocate, and I'm gonna tell you how much of an advocate I am. I don't think that I think that you're a black man, and if you're not tied down to anybody by the time you get 30, I think you should look towards 22, that age group. I think you should look towards the age group 19 to 22. I think you should. I think you should, especially if you have a good plan for life. I think that we should look for women that are close to their mothers in a positive way. I think that we should look for women that learned how to cook, learned how to clean. Most females are not learning that nowadays. I think these things are important. I don't want to be in charge of me eating. Not the buying of the food. I'm fine with that. I don't want to have to be in charge of me deciding what I'm going to eat or the making of the food. I don't never want to think about those things. Never. I like thinking about cooking food. Don't get this confused. I love talking about cooking food. I love thinking about cooking food. But I don't want to be in charge of my everyday eating. That's one of the best things about when I was dating Kendra and when I was dating Maria. Best things. I didn't have to think about what I was going to eat. Well, when I first started dating Maria, I did all the cooking. But after I found out she could cook, then she did all the cooking. Or she did most of the cooking. But, we cook together for the most part. Like, I like cooking with the person I'm with. Like, we both in the kitchen at the same time, talking, like, having fun, mixing stuff up. I do like that also. You know what I'm saying? So, that part. So that's dope. That's dope. I'm that guy. Remember, so I'll tell you the story. So when I was dating this Maria, shout out to Maria. If I ever make it, I promise you, I'm pulling back up on you with a bag, ma. I promise you. I promise you. When I say a bag, I mean a bag. Like I'm pulling up for a bag with Kendra, but I'm pulling up for a bag with Maria. A bag. Definitely I like Kendra more, just to be honest with you. But Maria was with me during a specific part of my life that was very important. Kendra was also, but it was very important. And kind of owe it to her that if I ever get rich, she get rich also. And that's just the way I think about it. Anyway, same thing with Kendra. Anyway, so when I first met Maria, so I gotta start choosing my own girlfriends apparently. So I didn't necessarily choose Maria, she chose me. And she was very persistent, and she was going at me for about 2 straight weeks. I did not believe her. Like, she initially came straight up to me and was just like, yo, it's good. And I was just like, I just didn't believe her. I'm just being honest with you. I thought she was just fucking with me because we was friends. So I just didn't believe that she was actually interested in me. So after about 2 weeks, I was just like, all right, fuck it. You know, yeah, you could come over. We could go hang out. You know what I'm saying? After 2 weeks, I was like, fuck it, we could hang out. And then we hung out, and then she never left my house. I'm just being honest with you. She came over to my house, and then she never left. And I'm what I'm going to say, please don't look at her in a bad light, because it wasn't really a bad light. But if she didn't do it like this, I probably wouldn't have had the time with her I had with her, just so we could be clear. She came over to my house on a Wednesday. She stayed that Wednesday night. Thursday morning, wakes up. I got to go to work. I was working, I believe, at 3 in the afternoon. I was doing it 3 to 12 or some shit like that. So I go to work at 3. And it's Thursday. I go to work at 3. And I come home, and she's still there. I did not expect for her to still be in my house. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm like, ah, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I want to say a thing, but I'm not. This is say, I was very handy, let's just say. So, the next day, she stays over Wednesday to Thursday. Then from Thursday to Friday, she stays over again. That's the next day. And so I wake up, and since I don't work Friday and Saturday, now this basically turns into Saturday and Sunday because I changed my shifts. So since now I don't work, I work at a different shift. Anyway, so I think it's Friday. It was a Thursday. She stayed over Tuesday to Wednesday, then Wednesday to Thursday. She stayed over Tuesday to Wednesday, then Wednesday to Thursday. Because Thursday is my Friday. So, because I didn't get my check that day. I got my check the next day. So I go and, I got my check when I went back to work. So I go and I come home, and it's Thursday. And she's there. She stayed over from Tuesday to Wednesday. She stayed over Wednesday to Thursday. I did not want her to stay over the second night, but I didn't say nothing. I thought she was going to have left my house by the time I got home. I have a roommate, by the way. I have a roommate, Mandel. Shout out to Mandel. So I had a roommate at the time. So that's why I didn't feel no way about leaving her in the house. So, and she was my friend. Like, I knew her. You know what I'm saying? Like, before we started, I knew her for like months. Like, you understand? So I come home on Friday. She has Thursday. She has a shitload of money spread out on the mattress. It was $1,200. So I dated her for like almost about 2 years. In any regard, so that's not the point of the story. So when she first moved in with me, I was making every meal. If I ate breakfast, I made breakfast. If I ate lunch, I made lunch. Like I just woke up and cooked. Like that's just what I did. I just woke up and cooked. I love cooking. So from August, September to October and November, I did all of the cooking. I started dating her in August, the end of August. I did all of the cooking. November comes, Thanksgiving comes, she finally cooks by herself without me nowhere near her because I'm out doing something or hanging out with my friends or some shit. I don't know. So she cooked when I was out. I came home to a full Thanksgiving meal, perfectly prepared. Collard greens, beef ribs, macaroni and cheese, rice, ton of some other stuff also. And remember, I didn't tell you that. I told you this before. I repeat it. I always used to keep a cake in my house. So every 2 days, I'd cook a cake. So, because I used to have people come over a lot. So, this is my neighborhood I grew up in. So my friends would like knock on the door and come hang out periodically. So I always wanted to be able to be like, yo, you want some cake? You want something to drink? Like, got to be able to offer people stuff when they come to your home. You also shouldn't go to people's homes with nothing. But, so I didn't know she could cook until August, September, October, November, until about 4 months into our relationship. I say 3.5 months because I started dating her at the end of August. I didn't even know she could cook, but she could cook her ass off. So that's why I started telling you that story, because I told like 3 stories in between to get into the end like I usually do. But yeah, I don't even know how I got in that relationship. It just happened. I think that's also like, so I used to date, I'm just gonna tell this story. So I used to date this chick. She passed away. That's it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. She passed away in Vegas. She was just a really beautiful soul, really nice person. She was literally the first girlfriend I had that literally I didn't really have a choice but to date her. But she was pretty and she was really fun to be with. So, it is what it is. But I really didn't have a choice, because also apparently her brother was like, yeah, she passed away. She's a good heart. She's a good person. She could fight too. So once I started dating her, like every chick in the neighborhood that I ever had problems with was like super nice to me. Her brother was like the nigga on the block. I don't want to call his name, but her brother was like the nigga on the block. Like he was the nigga on, like there was 3 dudes in the neighborhood that was just like 3 or 4 dudes in the neighborhood that was just a man. He was one of them. So I was also not just literally scared of her. I was scared of him. I'm just keeping it a stack with you. So I yeah, my content is crazy. I'm not going to kick you, but I will remove that comment. Yeah, my content is, because I don't really love doing this no more. I don't really like doing this anymore. So this is what you get. I don't really like doing this anymore. That's why I don't do live streams. I just don't like doing it. Just being honest. I used to love doing this. I just don't like doing it no more. I want to go to the store, but it's raining. Yeah, I just don't like doing it no more. That's all. Yeah, I just don't like doing this no more. That's it. It's no big deal, no big thing, no extra anything. I might never like doing this again, to be honest with you. I just don't like doing it no more. Okay. I'm gonna unblock you, but I don't want to have that conversation. And I don't want to be like anybody. Academics don't raise the Lord's name up. Academics do a lot of things that go against what God wants us to do. I don't want to be shout out to him though, no hate. I don't want to be anyone. God has blessed me so much. God loves me. I'm perfectly fine. I don't, that's just not stuff I want. It's just not stuff I want. I literally spend most of my days Give me a second. No, I'm not gonna play rank right now. I'm like gold now. I can't get past platinum 2. I think I got my highest I got was platinum 2 or platinum. But I would never play rank on live stream again. So I just won't do that. Ever. Because all people are gonna do is go message people in the game to try to get them to give me a hard time. So I would never, ever go live stream again, but on rank. But on this right here that's not ranked, I go live. I can message these people all y'all want and tell them to do whatever y'all evil y'all thinking. It don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. It's not ranked. I would never play ranked on live stream again. I don't trust it. All people gonna do is message the people on my team, message the people on the other team, and try to get them to, like, you know, do evil to me. So nah, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, I forget I'm on live stream most of the time.
Stop them!
I forget I have my mic hot.
Better stop that vehicle!
I forget I'm on live stream most of the time that I'm on live stream playing video games. So it don't, because I'm somewhere else.
There's still a chance to stop them!
Spider-Man just flew back up.
Supernova! Kind of vulnerable.
Hold on, come on. There we go.
Against the world!
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Oh, they getting whooped. That's why somebody quit, by the way. I've just joined a match that somebody else is already doing. Somebody quit. So now I see why they quit. Y'all niggas is getting mollywopped. Look, they getting killed.
Our enemies are near. Fighter.
That means they healers is probably trash. I'm gonna switch.
Fighter slip.
Damn, if you don't get out of here.
Battle Fury burns!
They hit a checkpoint!
I wanna go try to fight them, but it don't look like the healers. Healers. We bring the walls up, so if I go more close to you, I'm gonna go wall up and back.
Better stop that vehicle!
Slow down!
You get a weapon! You get a weapon! You get a weapon!
The wall is going back in.
It feels like the spirit of
So that's why we're going at you. I feel me. I'm going to go to the wall.
What foul creature has name all summoned now?
Now nobody's healing me. See, this is
He stopped them in their tracks.
stay healers. Stay healers.
All that thunder.
It's real firepower!
How refreshing.
Stay healers.
Even when you can't see me, I'll still make you believe.
I went and got a kill, a very, very important kill. You just realized what? I went, I got it. You just realized what? I'm assuming it's about to be an insult, so just tell
Better
me.
stop that vehicle!
We're about to insult.
They ran halfway! Stop
Act like it's not an insult.
That's much better.
I am strengthened.
I hate to. These squids reek of desperation anymore.
Enemy in front of us.
Supernova!
Reach the Vishanti's power.
Please, there's still a chance to stop them.
Hey, team! Enjoy the amplifier! Namor called it back.
Without fighting, for yours is exhausted.
Disappear! I got you covered.
Oh, I have no idea.
Don't mess with the amazing
But I do
Spider-Man!
know I like playing with Marvel characters. I don't know if I would like. Come on, don't! Cool down. What the fuck? I do know I like playing with the Marvel characters, and I know the Overwatch characters aren't the Marvel characters, so it wouldn't matter to me what the game was if I wasn't able to use the Marvel
Feeling
characters.
fantastic.
I played the same exact game as the Marvel characters.
This is real firepower!
Clear the way! Vortex field! Poor creatures. Namor should be ashamed.
Not the game as Marvel characters. I mean, comics for my whole life.
These squids reek of desperation anymore.
Find a hook.
I'll fight for my family until the end. They hit a checkpoint.
That's a fact. How was
Might be a
Spider-Man
good time to
not
stop
doing
them.
well? My fault that I think
ready.
everybody's
Here
always
come the
trying
bad
to.
guys.
Okay, so I literally, so I'm gonna tell you a situation, man. I was, for everybody that don't know, I donate my time to different community services. So I was donating my time recently to the church. They're feeding people, they're giving out food. So while I'm donating my time to
My sister?
so while I'm
clear
donating
I'm
my
still
time to
needed
the
here.
church, there's this black lady that also worked there. There's a couple that are nice to me. So one of them just happened to be nice to me in that moment, and I just stopped them and I said thank you. And I explained, look, black women just generally hate my guts.
Vortex field!
They just hate me.
I am through! Believe me, darkness.
So I explained to her, like, black women just generally hate me. And I appreciate her for being a black woman that isn't hating me. Because black women just hate me, man. I mean, I don't know no other way to explain this shit. Like, that's why y'all always upset at white people. White people don't do half of the evil shit to me that black people. Like, it's not close. Like, if every single day of my life until the day that I die, a white woman came up to me and just embarrassed or just talk shit to me for no reason, she still wouldn't catch up to just all the unnecessary disrespect that black women give me for no reason at all. It's just, she would never be able to catch it. Ever. It's just not catchable. So I explained this to the lady, just happy. I'm just telling you about the experiences that I have. So obviously they have to be in my proximity. I doubt you could have an experience with somebody who's not in your proximity. Like a person, like, so they would have to be, with all due respect. Now you see why I'm saying the things that I'm saying? Like, why shouldn't I think, like, that don't even make sense that I just had to say that. That didn't even make sense that I just had to say that. Anyway, in any regard, like, what black women did you think I was talking about? I'm talking about black women that I come in contact with. I'm not talking about any other black women, obviously. Oh, did I get in there before he killed me? Nope. So, they not protecting the healers. So maybe that was the problem the healers had previously. I don't know. But ever since I got here, as you see, we've been slowing them up. And we might actually win it. Well, the black women I come into contact with in general. I can only be talking about black women I come in contact with. Like, I literally cannot be talking about any other black women. How? And in a minute, and just a second ago, he said he doesn't know why I think he's trying to say negative things. Just a minute ago, he said that, didn't he? And now look at what he's saying right now. Read the comments. This motherfucker just waiting for me. In any regard, so I go to the black woman, and she says something that was dope. She says, well, she got an opportunity to actually get to know me. She said these other women, they're making whatever opinions and inferences or whatever the fuck they're making off of information that has nothing to do with me. They making their opinions off of information that somebody is telling them, or they making their information off of what they heard over here or whatever. They're not making none of their determinations off of who I am as a person because they don't know me. Ah, shit. Fucking substitute. The fuck you thought my numbers was gonna be? Play one more. This is where you get a real game. Oh, screw this. No, I mean, I'm not really waiting for anything. generally only play like one game at a. I like to have something and then focus on that thing. So right now, this is the game I play. I haven't played another game for more than an hour, maybe, since I got this game. Except for like one time that I couldn't get logged on for whatever the reason was. So, yeah. When I figure out how to put
You're
the
on
game
your
text
own
over
this
there.
time, so choose wisely.
So, yeah.
Thunder and the mightiest avenger.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, no, I don't know.
It was on Earth
9 times
that
out of 10,
truly
no.
learned what it
I mean, I
was to
might
become
try it out,
a
but 9
hero.
times out of 10, no. I'm a comic
You've
book guy.
got one job. Take down as many enemies as you can.
Sometimes I'll be wishing I have headphones on so I can hear the footsteps better. I mean, I have headphones I could use.
I too have a trusty. The enemy is here.
Fucking shark. I'm not even gonna. Oh, there's 2 of them up there. I'll chase them.
My power grows. Awaken fury and smite the foe. Mechanical spiders. Violent. I am strengthened.
That's where you go. You was chasing me, you rat bastard? I see you.
My vigor returns. Our adversaries gather.
Yeah, come chase me in here, Iron Man.
Maximum pulse.
How? Oh, motherfucker went behind me. Nope, can't give you any. Nope, I have no tips for anybody about anything.
The lightning of Asgard returns.
I have no tips. I have no advice. I have no nothing about nothing. I can't give you nothing. Love God, because God did this, not me. So you go find God. That's the best way I could tell you. Go give yourself over to the Most High. Try your best to go do the things that make God happy. Other than that, I don't have nothing to tell you. I hope that works. Because God did this, not me. I haven't even been making videos. How could I have done this? This was just something God wanted. 9 times out of 10, whatever I'm doing outside of this YouTube thing is pleasing to God. 9 times out of 10, that's all that's happening.
Awaken the rage of battle. When I awaken, enemies fall. Behold the god of thunder!
Double KO.
Oh, I don't need none. Where the hell he went? Yeah, I don't play no games. I don't want to play them.
For Asgard!
Fucking tickle monster went. That's what they call Black Panther.
Slow down! Battle fury burn! My hammer fell, and so did you. Ha! I am strengthened.
Nigga, you ain't got nobody on your team. Who you boning again? Again that.
None can withstand my lightning. Slow down. Battle fury burn. Strikes a heavy blow.
Double KO. The other team needs to eliminate 6 more players.
Damn, he's gonna kill me. Know it.
Double KO.
What battle can continue without Thor?
Told you he was a hater. Nope, no fraud.
The other team needs to eliminate 5 more players.
I haven't even been paying attention. I haven't even been paying attention to this channel. I have literally not been paying attention to this channel. So you're saying the engagement is low. So how could I get to 100K if I'm not making any videos at all? If so, you just hating, like I said you were.
My power grows. Awaken fury and smite the foe. Beware, we are in the sights of a sniper.
Fuck that sniper.
My vigor returns.
Should I? Now go get another account, because that's all they're gonna do is go get another account, right? Go get another account. And that's the same person that was trying to say that I was probably like trying to hint that I was being a little bit too sensitive. I wasn't being too sensitive. I was dead on right. That's why I don't never believe anybody when they say that I'm wrong about something if they can't come with quantifiable proof. Never.
I am strengthened. We face a deadly enemy from afar. Behold the god of
You
thunder!
got more points. Keep up the stellar work. Double KO. You need to eliminate 3 more players.
Fucking this guy. Damn, they just was both after me. They both wanted. I was a kill. I don't think I killed the damn. Oh, I'm the number 1.
The lightning of
I was about to say I don't think I killed the penny. That's like that might be the second time I saw the penny.
Our adversaries gather. Slow down.
Oh, they all friends. They ain't here buddies.
You need to eliminate 2 more players.
The lightning of Asgard returns.
I ain't gonna waste my time chasing Spider-Man. It's a fucking waste of time. Man, get out of here. It's a waste of time to chase that guy.
Dangerous!
Only 60 seconds left.
Adversaries gather. My power grows. lightning of Asgard returns. Armed and dangerous!
Down to 30 seconds.
Again! When I awaken,
You need to eliminate one more player.
beholds the god of thunder!
Double KO. Impressive performance.
Let's go. The spine splitter. See if it stopped raining. I might go run to the store, give me a coffee to go with this muffin. Alright, got other stuff I want to go do and get to, and I don't really feel like playing the game. Let's see what my highlight is. That's crazy. I don't even post on YouTube, man. I don't even post, and I'm beating these niggas that get on here every day and post. And you want to know why? Because all they got is hate in their heart. All they trying to do is mess up somebody else's life. That's it. So that means God can't move with them. You feel me? God can't move with them. All they doing is thinking about destruction and evil shit and trying to hurt people and whatnot. God can't move with them. Yeah, because he kills me right there, rat bastard. Anyway, yo, look, appreciate everybody. Well, most of y'all. Hope everybody have a blessed day. Just go out there, man. If I'm not proof that no matter how much Satan hates you, if I'm not proof that no matter how many attacks come against you, if I'm not proof that God is in control of everything and Satan has no power, then I don't know what to tell you. Because I'm literally a living and alive, and every day God works miracles in my life daily. Daily. And I am so fortunate to have the opportunity to go out there and work for him every day that I can. I'm so fortunate. I love working for God. It's one of my favorite things to do, bar none. I'm going to tell you the wildest thing. Not really the wildest thing, but the best thing. One of the best things. So when I'm doing God's work, I'm always smiling. Because I'm happy to be doing God's work. And it's so dope that other people get filled with that infectious energy also. I've never worked anywhere and not been loved. Every job I've ever had, I've been loved. And the few people that have ever been at any of these jobs that didn't like me or dislike me for the same reason, I'm happy too damn much. Nobody should have that much energy and be that happy early in the morning. Well, right now, at that times that I've had some of these jobs that I'm talking about, I was single. And there's things that I love doing early in the morning that you can't do alone. So yeah, a lot of energy early in the morning. With that being said, I love y'all. Please go out there, do something worth doing with your day and with your time. Give the glory to God. Just give the glory to God. So many of your problems will evaporate and disappear. So many. Like right now, I'm constantly being. I'm gonna say something, and I want to give. And I'm saying this. Shout out to Coach Wilson. So, I was having a talk with Coach Wilson the other day, and I was telling him about something that happened good in my life, and he was like, I should share it. And I don't like sharing good things in my life anymore. I usually just keep it to myself. But he said, how are people supposed to know basically about the glory of God if I don't share the positive things in my life? So I want to say something. A while back, shout out to homeboy that used to work in Popeyes. He works there still. I could talk about it now. But I was having financial issues that are way bigger than whatever financial issue I might or might not have now. What up, Sha? And whenever y'all donate like $1, $2, y'all have no idea how much that actually helps me. Like, really. Like, whenever y'all $1, $2, that shit really do help me. Like, when y'all give more money, obviously. But even a little bit of money like that, believe me, I appreciate it like you would never imagine. So, I was going through, I'll tell you this story first. So, Coach said share. Because how am I supposed to, one of the things that we're supposed to do is be, talk about the things that happen to us in our lives so we can give our testimony. So I want to give a little bit of testimony now. And I'm giving this testimony because of Coach Wilson. So Coach Wilson said, I'm going to go take a picture of something real quick. Be right back. So Coach Wilson said, share it because okay, Sha. So Sha, you gonna buy me a coffee? Big spender? You gonna buy me a coffee, big spender? Alright, so let me tell you about this right now. So I want to tell y'all about this because this is something I haven't been sharing and I should. Once again, shout out to just going out there and doing God's will, because what had happened was I went out there and I was doing some things in the name of the Lord, and because I did some things in the name of the Lord, this is what my refrigerator looks like now on a weekly basis. I was just going out there doing stuff in the name of the Lord. Look at my cupboards. These are my cupboards. This is my freezer. Alright, so this is how my refrigerator. I'm not even gonna show you my refrigerator because I got so much stuff in there and I need to clean it out. There's stuff I need to throw away and stuff like that. Like I got a lot of stuff. My refrigerator's overpacked. So you had people out here that was trying to starve me out of Coney Island. So anytime anybody did anything nice for me, those people will go threaten those people. Like threaten them, try to get them fired, try to get them physically injured, try to get them hurt. You know what I'm saying? And so what did God do? God said, nah, I got you, fam. So this is how my cupboards look now. Do God's will. God talks to every single one of us. You have to get in tune. The further you move away from Satan, the easier it is to hear what God is saying. I'm going to say this again. The further you move away from Satan, the easier it is to hear what God is saying. A lot of y'all just can't talk to God and can't hear God when he's talking to you because you're just so close to Satan. It doesn't, you can't hear him. He's talking to you, I promise you. He's telling you things, I promise you. He's communicating with you, I promise you. But you're so close to Satan, you can't hear it. You're so close to Satan that you can't act on it. And you don't even be knowing you're close to Satan. Sometimes Satan is the person you live with. They the one bringing Satan into your life. Sometimes it's your co-worker. They the one bringing Satan into your life. Sometimes it's your parents. Sometimes it's your children. Get away from Satan. You can hear God better. So a majority of my day, a majority of my life now is just me doing what I believe God is sending me to do. And it's just a lot of helping other people. Being available when I can. Does it bother me that there's some people you could help 19 times out of 20 and all they remember is those 3 times that you couldn't, for whatever the reason is, follow through? Talking about a specific situation, but you know, fuck that. But you know, there's that one time you just couldn't, a couple of times you couldn't go through, but those other 17 times that you pulled up, and let's say 10 out of those 17 times you was above exemplary, they don't remember none of those things. None of those things happened. Only just remember those 3 times out of those 20 that for whatever the reason is, you wasn't able to come through. I saw some people won't ever remember. You know? That part. With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody have a blessed day. Go out there in the world. Do something worth doing. Stamp God's name on it. And I get it. Some of y'all don't know how to get closer to God. You don't know how it's happening. You don't know how it's work. All you got to do is set your mind to it. God will make a way. All you have to do is be determined to get away from the bullshit. Y'all do know, in order to clean our streets up, a lot of these niggas gotta go. A lot of these people that y'all love in y'all community gotta go in order to clean up the hood. You know that, right? In order to clean up the hood, a lot of these people that you love gotta go. I don't think people realize that. Imagine wanting to clean up a neighborhood, but you don't want to send any of the people that are helping to the delinquency of the neighborhood. You don't want none of them going. You want to keep all of the bad things, but you want things to be good. You want to know why we don't, and when I say we, I mean black people don't generally do good in, pardon me, I'm going to restructure that. Do you want to know why toxic black people don't do well in other communities? Because they're going to go to the other communities and do everything that they do in our communities because to them it's normal. But a lot of shit that we do in our communities ain't right and it shouldn't be normal. A lot of things that we do in our communities should not be done. I hate to see females outside just twerking. No music, no nothing on, you just twerking. I mean, that's not something you really see. That's not something you really see. Just so, can I just show y'all something real quick? I just noticed this. In that game we just played, you had 2 mofos that was Hawkeye and 2 mofos that was the Winter Soldier. In this particular map, you could be multiple people could pick the same character. Just thought about that. Just noticed that. Interesting. So a lot of these people, you're gonna have to let them go. You're just gonna have to let them go. Y'all have to give up on them. not give up on them, but you have to, in order to not give up on the other people, you have to let them go. I know we want to save everybody, but some people ain't for saving. And I think that's the biggest difference between me and a lot of people that speak about the Most High. A lot of people believe you're supposed to try to save everybody until the last minute. I don't. I don't think that at all. I think that there's certain people that we are supposed to care for. I think there's certain people that we're supposed to grow up or help. And I'm not saying certain people like a certain class, a certain gender, none of that. I mean, there's just certain individuals that they come into whatever the area I'm at, I'm supposed to help them. Now, there's people that when they come into your area, you're supposed to help them, but that don't mean I'm supposed to help them. That's not necessarily the task that God is giving me, because maybe I can't reach them. Maybe you can reach those people, but I can't. Maybe he could reach those people, but me and that person can't reach them. So stop focusing on the people that you can't reach. Focus on the people who are receptive, because those are the people that God have put here for you to help. The people that God put here for you, it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be, it might be a little uncomfortable. It might be a little different, but it's not going to be difficult. And once everything starts happening, it's going to slide right into place, because that's what it's meant to be. Sometimes things just feel awkward or uncomfortable because it's not yet, but it's supposed to happen, but not yet. For whatever the reason might be. It's just not supposed to happen yet, but it is supposed to happen. So be mindful of that. Not everybody could help everyone. And I'm always mindful of that. So I don't want nobody to feel like, let's say, I'm working at the center and there's a ton of kids, and let's say there's a couple of kids that I know I don't feel like I could get through to. Me trying to get through to them can only create issues. I have to let somebody else get through to them. I need to work on the kids that I can get through to. The people that I can't get through to, I have to just allow for them to just be what they're being. Maybe I'm going to be able to get through to them in a month from now. Maybe I'm going to be able to get through to them 2 months from now. But me trying to force the issue is not going to be in no way helping. Did she divorce her husband? I think she divorced her husband. So there's this super baddie that I follow on Instagram, and she's a model, and I communicate with her back and forth. We've been pretty friendly with each other for a couple of years now. I think she got divorced. That should be Tretch, but that does not look like Tretch. But yeah, Tretch should be on the Mount Rushmore of New Jersey. I agree. I'm going to tell you something really funny. So, Tretch is a better rapper than Vinny, but I always liked Vinny better. And I have no idea why. Like, it's not OPP, but on Hip Hop Array, I think Vinny killed it. Like, I always liked Vinny better than Tretch, even though Tretch is definitely one of the best rappers. I don't think he gets mentioned enough. Treacherous basically Cam before Cam. And nobody's Cam. And nobody's Tretch. But you get what my point is? Nobody's Cam. Nobody's Tretch. But Treacherous basically Tretch with Cam before Cam? That makes any sense? Sorry, I'm watching basketball highlights. From like, this look like the 70s. Williams, who's that? Gus Williams? From Mount Vernon? Okay, you New Yorker. Doing New York. And look at all the freaking fancy layups these guys is doing. I'm tired of hearing that people are not athletic. That was a lie. These niggas is athletic, fam. Just basketball just looks different now. Because there's more moves or different ways to do. Look at this guy. He cooking them. Cooking them. What a quick cross them in the lane. Cooking. 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 These are the plumbers that LeBron James is talking about. Those are the plumbers he's talking about. People are crazy. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna run to the store. It's not raining. I think it's not raining. The store give me a call. I think it's still raining. Sheesh. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bonus. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.